Hi guys, hope all of us are doing great. My name is Ernest and this is Ernest Sciences and Mathematics TV channel. In this specific discussion, we're going to look at different sections of the cerebrum. And this, of course, are going to be lobes of the cerebrum. Now, in this particular case, I'm going to look at various lobes of the cerebrum. And these are going to consist of the frontal lobe, the temporal lobe, occipital lobe, and the parietal lobe. Now, as we said, the cerebrum basically is part of the brain that, of course, is involved in conscious activities such as emotions, thoughts, planning, and perception. And of course, as we're going to see later, these various parts or loops of the brain are going to also to play a vital role in trying to control various other activities, which in one way or another may be involve what we refer as homeostatic processes and maybe other functions that we're going to see later. So if we may start from this specific section, we have a frontal lobe. And this is part of the brain that is involved in the execution of functions, of course, and also planning, and of course, in trying to do some organizing and memory. So as we can see from this specific region, we have got a list of functions which are played by the frontal lobe. And this include movement, thinking, reasoning, behavior, memory, and speaking. And of course, these are going to be given in this various orders we are going to see later. But basically, they are just going to be similar functions which have been given in different or similar, of course, names that we are going to see in this particular section. Then next, we are going to look at the temporal lobe. And this is a section of brain that is going to be involved in behavior, memory, and hearing. And of course, we are going to see that the concept of understanding is going to be, of course, controlled by this specific section of the brain that we refer to as a temporal lobe. And this particular section that we refer to as the occipital lobe is mainly involved in the concept of vision. And as we are going to see later, the aspect and the condition of color blindness is going to be, of course, one of the major effects which are going to be initiated in case there is a particular, of course, impairment of this specific region of the brain. And then we're going to see that the parietal lobe is going to be involved in knowledge. And of course, the concept of perception and seeing a world in different perception is going to be initiated from this specific aspect of the brain. And as we're going to see later, the aspect of knowledge and of course like reading and other related concepts are going to be initiated by this specific section of the brain that we refer to as a parietal lobe. Now, in different literature, we are going to come across various names as we can be able to see from these two different illustrations. And of course, those are going to be the main functions of those two specific or four specific sections of the cerebrum. And as we have as we can see from this second illustration, we have an additional section which consists of the midbrain and of course the brainstem and the cerebrum, which are the lower part of this and their various functions. Now, in our subsequent videos, we're going to look at various parts as well in details. And this is, of course, a summary form of what we had intended to mention in the concept of functions of various lobes of the cerebrum. And they are going to assist us in case we come across them and try to see what are some of the various functions which are going to be involved in this particular section of the brain. So catch us in our other videos where we're going to look at various other sections. And of course, that is going to assist us understand more on the function of the brain as the major central or controlling organ in the body. So that is it for now, guys. Bye, God bless you. Catch us in our next video.